How do you do, YouTube party people? It is I, the one, Shag McNasty here, and I'm sure you're sick of seeing me walking around Balmora, but fear not, this is the one where Fritzly becomes all-powerful. Now, some of you more sensitive to game exploits and general unfair play may wish to cover your eyes and or ears during the procession of the rest of this episode, because we're going to be making use of quite a few of them. But fear not, we will be making an unkillable, immortal, bronze god of Tamriel when this is all done. And Fritzly, I would say, deserves it. By the way, I'm sure some of you might have noticed my freshly oiled robes of shininess, and I gotta say, the oil master that I paid for these did charge quite the handsome fee, but it was totally worth it. These robes, look, take a look at these robes. Resist frost 20 to 40%, and reflect 20 to 30% for 10 seconds on self. I cast this, stacks on top of my spell resist and spell reflect naturally, and adds an extra 20 to 30% to it. I mean, I pop these robes, I'm almost untouchable by magicians. So, the god process may be a lengthy one, but for your experience, it will happen very rapidly. Almost too rapidly. So I'll try and keep things as clear and concise as I possibly can, and show you step by step what I do. First thing we're going to want to do is travel to Sadrith Mora Wolverine Hall. Once we're here in Wolverine Hall, we want to go down, want to go in the Imperial Shrine. Once here, we're going to want to come over to this side of the room and talk to Mr. Anus Autris here. I know it's not Anus, but a man can dream. So now we speak directly into this Anus, and we barter with them. See that they sell ash yams, bloat, and netch leather. The neat thing about these ingredients is that they are all cheap, and they all fortify intelligence. So, what we're going to do is, with the specifically ash yams and netch leather, since they're only 1 gold each, we're going to buy those, not the scamp skin. We're going to buy that. Can I knock a gold off? Yes. Okay. Then we talk to him again, and look at that. He's already restocked the netch leather and ash yams. So we sell our ash yams back to him. We sell the netch leather back to him. Then we speak to him again, and look at that. Now he's got 22 ash yams and 10 netch leather. We buy those back. And essentially, we repeat this process. Okay, so after repeating the process, you can now see he stocks 176 ash yams and 176 netch leather. And this happens every time I buy from him and then re-enter his inventory. As you can see, he's now got them fully restocked again. So what we do is we buy those ingredients for pretty cheap. I'm over encumbered, naturally, as you would be whenever you're carrying close to 200 yams. And we go to our tools. I went and stole these master's tools from the Caldera Mages Guild. And once again, thievery gets me ahead in life. And we create Fortify Intelligence potions. Alright, we've created one. Now this is where the cycle gets a little tedious. So we're going to want to consume that Fortify Intelligence potion. Let it take effect. We alchemy again. Make the same potion. There we go. And now, let's see. Fortify intelligence. Okay. You see it's starting to get a little bit stronger. This one's 33 points for 91 seconds. They begin to stack, and you can see the process. I'm going to continue this process for a while, and I will get back. Just wanted to point out that level up real quick. Okay, so I went through a few more rounds of that, and as you can see, we are now so intelligent that we know exactly when that gnat across the room is going to fart 10 years from now because we can calculate it mathematically. And, we also have these broken potions here where one sells for nearly 4,000 gold and fortifies our intelligence for close to 1,200 for quite a handful of minutes. We have multiple of these, and they all stack. So, now that we are the smartest being that has ever lived and ever will live, we need to move on. After I get unencumbered. Okay, so now we've come to the Caldera Mages Guild. We're going to leave, and we're going to make our way over here to Gorak Manor. Where inside we find a shirtless orc, a shirtful orc, and upstairs we find a vendor who is a scamp. This scamp, while not only looking gorgeous, provides us... He's creeping, by the way, just so you're aware. He has 5,000 gold in his inventory. Doesn't really sell anything that's worth much. Some skooma. I do like some skooma, as well as sujama. But I don't know what he restocks as far as that goes. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is to sell off some of our potions of intelligence so that we can make some good money, because we're going to need money. And I'll do this for a little bit. Okay, so after doing this for a while, I now have 35,600 gold, which should be more than enough for what we're going to need. And so now, since I actually forgot that I don't have the Sanctuary spell, I'm going to have to go back to Sadrith Mora. So do any of you remember that assassin that came after us back in Satanin? Well, they unwittingly helped us with the next part of our journey. Which is why we came to Vivek City, is so we can get closer to Ebonheart. It'll take less time. So the reason that we've come to Ebonheart is because now, after the assassin attack, we can speak to the guards here and learn about the assassin, which will also unlock additional DLC content for us. Ah, there he is, Apelles Mattius. Yep, it turns out the assassin that came after us was in fact the Dark Brotherhood. Then he tells us about the mainland, which, by consequence, is where Mournhold is. Now we are going to go to Mournhold, but we aren't going to do anything there or piss off anything there whatsoever. Because we will get our literal and metaphorical shit pushed in so hard that it comes out of our nose like a Play-Doh machine. Okay, so now that we're here at Cian Rain, inside of the Ebonheart castle main hold area, we ask for transport to Mournhold. And yes. There we go. We're now in Mournhold. City of Light, City of Magic. You didn't say the line. So I just heard someone in here talking about how they could eat a baby's ass through a sewer grate, and whoever said that, I don't ever want to get near again. Fritzly's a weird guy, but that's about where I draw the line. Okay, so after navigating the maze that is the ramparts here in Mournhold, I've finally come across the Imperial Cult Shrine Services, which I was looking for. And we speak to this man, Crito Ulsinius. Go to his spells. Okay. Never mind. Go to this lady. Spells. And we want to buy the Fortify skill spell. Ah, here we are. We'll just take the Feat of Netorgo. Doesn't really matter which of these you get, as long as it fortifies a skill. You can learn it, and then craft a custom spell with just Fortify a skill, and take your choosing, or take your pick. Okay, so now we've worked our way over here to God's Reach, so that we can go to this Craftsman's Hall. The person we want to speak to here is on the 2nd floor. And this is the lovely gentleman here, Albert Nermark. And what's so special about this person is that he's the only vendor in the entire game that sells a restocking supply of Grand Soul Gems, as well as some really nice enchanted equipment. But we're not interested in that at the moment. What we want are all of his Grand Soul Gems, and we're gonna try and pull off that little trick like we did with the alchemy vendor earlier. Okay, so as you can see, he now restocks 20 Grand Soul Gems each time we speak with him. And we have also acquired 20 Grand Soul Gems, which should be more than enough for the foreseeable future. I'm also over encumbered, so I've got to sort that out real quick. Okay, so this last step here is completely optional, but we've come to the Great Bazaar so that I can sell off a few more intelligence potions to the magic shop here, considering that this shop actually has 9,000 gold. Creeper was good, but we found somebody new to rip off. Okay, so now to quote my previous self, I'm now a hefty sack richer. That hefty sack being roughly 9,000 gold, and what we're going to do now is just recall back to Balmora. And I failed. Okay, so now that we're back here in Balmora, we want to travel to Sadrith Mora. Once here, we simply just want to leave and go to the exterior part of Sadrith Mora, the main bit outside of the castle. So once here, we're going to want to come up this way past all the mushroom rooms and find the docks, which, if memory serves, are right up past the inn over here. Here we are. I was correct, it is past the inn. So, we want to go and talk to this boat captain, which will take us to Telbranora. Okay, so we're here in Telbranora, and be wary, you do want to come with some money, because that boat ride cost me about 200 gold. Which isn't much of anything anymore, but, you know, it'd suck to get all the way there and not be able to afford the trip. Plus you're going to want a little over 1,000 to buy what we're about to buy. Also, we're just going to want to disregard this whole crowd of onlookers here for the first part. I can do it too. Okay, so now we're in the upper tower, and I believe this is where we need to be anyway. And we want to come up here until we find these doors to the Rana's chamber? Yes, I do think this is the right way. Probably should have mentioned this before also, but you're going to want either a levitate spell or potion. Just so happens I have both. Since I don't want to waste magicka, I don't actually have a levitate potion, so never mind. Okay, so now that we've levitated up the chute there, we're going to want to talk to Felon Marian. And he will sell us the lovely, lovely spell of Summon Golden Saint. And that's all we came here for. Okay, so I used the recall to once again get back to Balmora, where my stash is, and we're going to use the pre-filled Grand Soul Gem of Winged Twilight, which we stole from right upstairs, and we're going to drink a couple of our amazing smart potions. And by doing so, we should have guaranteed ourselves an almost like 100% chance to make an enchanted item with this. And what we're going to want to enchant is the Tax Collector's Ring. It all comes full circle. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. we made a damage health spell for 50 points for 6 seconds, which means it'll do a total of 300 damage in 4 feet on touch, maxing out its enchantment value. We also have a 212% chance to create this item, and I've renamed it to Ring of Slay Golden Saint. That tax collector has been helping us for quite a while now. Okay, so now we're going to want to come down and make a few custom spells. It was at this point that I discovered my great folly. Instead of buying a Fortify skill spell, I accidentally bought a Fortify attribute spell, so I have to come back to Mournhold, and back to the Imperial Cult Shrine, and buy the correct spell. Okay, the first of the spells that I need to create is a Fortify Conjuration spell to allow us to actually summon the Golden Saint to begin with. The second is going to be a mild Fortify Acrobatics spell for quick travel. The third is going to be a Slow Fall spell, which makes us immune to fall damage. And the last one is going to be a fairly quick Levitate spell, I hope. It's better than nothing. Doubtful. I almost forgot. We're also going to want a lower tier Summon Golden Saint spell so that we can cast it more efficiently and for less time in order to feed our soul gems. Okay, so we're going to want to cast our Fortify Conjuration spell, get our Summon Golden Saint out, use our Soul Trap ability, and then we use our Ring of Slay Golden Saint. And they should be dead. There we go. And now you can see we have a Soul Gem of Golden Saint with a soul capacity of 600. I'm going to repeat this a few times so that we have a decent amount of them. Okay, so I've done that enough to get 6 Grand Soul Gems with Golden Saint souls. The next thing we're going to want to do is go to the Fine Goods store for clothing in Balmora here. Okay, so we're in the Fine Clothing shop, and I want to purchase, let's see, an exquisite skirt, an exquisite robe, and really just anything exquisite that they have on them at the moment. I'm going to try and hassle them down. It worked. So now I'm going to make a quick run to the other shops and see if any of them sell exquisite goods. Okay, so I had to go to the Tailors and Dyers Hall in St. Ohm's Canton down in Quebec City in order to do the rest of my shopping. It seems that I bought the person in Balmora completely out of stock. Okay, so we were able to purchase our exquisite shoes and our exquisite pants from here. Very good. Now we can get continuing on with the sending. Okay, so we essentially want to do a few more of these intelligence potions again. And we want to take our soul gem, make an enchanted item, and we're going to do the exquisite shirt first. What we want to put on this exquisite shirt is very important. We want to put Sanctuary on here as a constant effect, and it will be from 1 to as high as we can make it, which would be, crap, 23. Doing this, we are able to raise the enchantment to a higher tier than if we were to just make the magnitude the same top and bottom. So it'll all make sense in a moment. Okay, so after a few rounds of enchanting, we now have Sanctuary Pants, Sanctuary Robe, Sanctuary Shirt, and Sanctuary Skirt. I also went ahead and made the Never Tired Moccasins. And what we're going to do with these is equip this robe, let it go, and we see we only have Sanctuary of 5 points out of the potential 15 points, so we unequip it, put it on again, and we only got 3 points out of it this time. So we want to keep doing this. Oh, wow, look at that Ripley chest. We want to keep doing this until, ooh, 13 points. That's good, but I want to go for higher. Okay, you get the gist of it. I'll go ahead and do this with all of our, ooh, 14. I think that's as good as we're going to get for now. I'll go ahead and do this with the rest of our equipment, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so other than a massive puffball, we have also created some very powerful equipment. We now have a lot of points of Sanctuary active, almost the max on every piece of gear, and surprisingly, the Never Tired Moccasins on their first equip try got 14 out of 15 points. So now, okay, that's cleared. Now we can run and never lose fatigue anymore. So we can always run, never get tired. It's beautiful. And the second thing, let me go find a guard real quick. Ah, yes, this guard will do just fine. So we're gonna quick save. We're gonna bop him in his face a couple of times. Resist arrest. Hit me, come on. See if you can. You can't, can you? Yes, the Sanctuary works. We are untouchable. We have become ascendant. Truly, our power grows every day through simple enchanting. Ah, okay, they got one in. But hey, that gave me a level up, that's all good. Anyways, I think this is a good enough spot to wrap it up now. We've gained a lot in power this episode. And, next one we'll be focusing more on offensive. Which, we do already have a pretty good offensive capability here. Yeah. But it doesn't last a lot. So we need to level up our enchanting some more, and brew potions, that type of stuff, but I'll leave you guys for now. Thank you so much for watching. You're all beautiful. I love you. And I'll see you next time.